Hi, and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast. My name is Jedrek.
My name is Masha.
Will I ever start this podcast in a different way?
We could start with some music because, it's too abrupt, maybe.
I mean, there is music like 5 seconds that I add to each and every episode. Haven't you listened?
Okay.
Yeah, what I mean is just hi and welcome. It's I think it's already a landmark.
I love it because we're desperate for some stability in our lives and stuff like this.
Yeah, right.
I know that every time I press play, I will hear this hi and welcome, and that's a little island of stability.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
right.
it.
And maybe I should change maybe the tone of voice or something.
No, remember stability.
All right, fine. All right, great. So stability means, but stability, not boredom. Right?
Okay, yeah, not boredom.
All right, great. Fine, let's go. Let's deal with some feedback first. It's from Kasia.
Yeah, we got some feedback. Ooh.
Yes, I say hi. Thanks a lot for the feedback. Kasia said that perhaps you should rehearse before the show and at least know what the questions are, because if you don't know, there is too much beating around the bush. There is too much, this process of reaching the conclusion is basically too slow, So
well, you have to defend yourself now, because if you remember, this was one of my ideas initially, that maybe we should at least think through roughly, because maybe we should, let each other know the questions beforehand. You said no, because this is not how real life is happening.
Yeah.
So it's your call now.
Okay, so now it's two of you, Kasia and you against me. Fine. I mean, look, I appreciate this feedback, and I think what I take from it is the fact that we should perhaps be more fluent,
or
and less,
more intelligent. Maybe we're so stupid we cannot, just find the answer.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think, but this is something that's irreparable in the short-term
perspective. Yeah. I hope it's not like irreparable.
But yeah, what I wanted to say by being fluent, because perhaps we should do less of this hesitation, like you know what I mean, and these gap fillers. Whatever.
I need to take a public speaking course then.
Yeah, but so that's one thing, and listen, if we rehearse, it's my idea, right? And it has been all along.
Mm-hmm.
If we rehearse and prepare our answers beforehand, we'll basically give some sort of TED Talks here.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is real language, I don't think that presentation is what we are after here.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to these TED Talks and I think, oh my God, will I ever be able to speak like this?
Yeah,
and then I listen to some normal people and I say, I can do that,
Yeah, because these guys are practicing their presentations for weeks, honestly, months, for weeks or months. Yeah, but and that's why when they hit the stage, they deliver a speech that is flawless.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I mean, it's great. I recommend listening to TED Talks. They are inspirational. They are fine, of course, linguistically fantastic, but they are not real conversation. Yeah, rich language, of course, but this is not real language. I mean, it's not how it's not even a conversation, it's a monologue, right? But no matter what it is, it's not real. It's like the written text. What could ever, text.
Okay, you keep saying it's not real, but of course I think we had this conversation when I told you I watched a video where two great minds, one is this Eastern European philosopher, very radical, yeah, and the other one was who? George.
Was it Peterson or
Peterson? Peterson, yes. And I told you how, like, I found myself in complete awe of how these guys express their thoughts without fillers, hesitation, or crutches, crutch words.
But they rehearsed, maybe.
No. It was a kind of a debate format.
Right. Well, then that
so
is
of course
where
some people are much cleverer than us. So, and they are much better speakers. So sorry, we can't help it.
Yeah, but I think there is room for improvement here. We could be, let's say, more, I don't know, decisive, or we could.
Well, sometimes you hit me with a question, and what can I say? I can only because I need time to think.
Yeah.
And your students know it better than anyone else how difficult it is.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that to our listeners, to our students as well, that guys, we improvise just as you do. I mean, let's be frank about it. I'm improvising all the time, and I think we could improve simply as speakers, as podcasters, and that means also that we have more flow or something like that. But I don't think we can do anything about this conclusion reaching. I mean,
did she really mean conclusion reaching? Yeah.
Well,
I think your student is must be surprised that you have heard people answering this same question like 100 times, and you cannot come up with anything, more or less intelligent.
Yeah, you're
That's what
right.
she's surprised about.
Maybe, but that's the beauty of these questions. I mean, it's true. I spent my life, my professional life, asking the questions that we ask here. More or less this type of questions. And when I have to speak, when I have to answer, I'm suddenly there's like a blackout, and I start from scratch. And it's funny, and honestly, very often the answer depends. I mean, the quality of the answer depends on the form of the day. The form of the day, my clarity, the clarity of my mind varies. Sometimes maybe I'm am I ever well rested these days? Not really, but sometimes
you're
I'm
coming up with excuses right now.
Well, fine, but just to finish off this feedback once again, Kasia, thanks a lot for the feedback. We'll try to make your tram trips or whenever you commute, we'll try to make it as pleasant as possible using our voices.
Charismatic voice.
Yeah, charismatic voices, but don't count on the intellect. All right. At least Masha's clever. But...
listen to Peterson podcasts, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, but I told you, what's my let's say tactical response. If people claim that this podcast is just empty talking and a few conclusions, and I say, hey guys, it's not about conclusions, it's about the language, it's about the way, not about the goal. But then if someone says that hey guys, your language is poor,
you forgot to add s.
Yeah, exactly. You make mistakes. Then I say, you know what, it's not about language, it's about our beautiful conclusions. Right. A universal shield. Great. Let's go to, that was feedback part. Thanks a lot for that feedback. You can either, of course, provide it to us if you are our learners. If you are not yet our student, then all you can do is go to www.studiomentals.com, fill out the form and get in touch with us. We'll be happy to accommodate you here in this beautiful talk show. And I don't mean online. I mean, you could be on air as well, I guess. I think the time is right, honestly, to start inviting our students here. And I said it in the newsletter I was sending, that I'm kind of afraid to ask people, to join our show. I don't know if Do you think I'm weird?
No, I don't think you're afraid. You just can immediately put yourself in their shoes. And I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if I was a student and I
students
got
are
asked,
not confident about their language. That's why they take classes. So if imagine if you're not comfortable about your language and you're asked to take part in a talk show in English,
which is going to be recorded and possible to find online. Yes.
Oh, you remember
potentially
how
forever.
we were freaking out the first time and how many how many tries it took to produce one intro alone took like, I don't know, a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I think we came a long way, since what it was last December, right? I think recording right now is much easier. And also, I think I made progress, honestly, as a speaker. Honestly, I mean, it's hard to measure, but
feedback
the way
you
I feel,
receive.
Fine. Right. It's like, 6 stars out of 10,
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Before we progress to the thinking out loud proper, that is, our famous questions for which we are totally unprepared. I'd like to ask you just one short question, like a warm-up question about language learning. And the question is simple. Does learning a second language, or English in that case, has to be pain in the neck? Does it have to be pain? Like, what do you say?
No pain, no gain.
All right, that's folks' wisdom.
I know that you believe that it's not supposed to be boring and pain, as you say. But I think that you need to be prepared for a little bit of suffering.
All right, because you can't.
There is no way around it. You have to memorize lots of stuff. I mean, you can take it easy and just remember what's sticky, as you say.
Yeah.
It could be one word a day or one word a week, but be prepared that it will take you a very long time to be more or less decent.
It's crazy, how language learning is difficult. I mean, for adults, it's time consuming. There's this psychological side to it, which is awful, and this fear of mistakes and all that, and then I think it is one long way through hell, before you learn, I mean, and feel confident. But I think what you said, about the attitude, I think this is where, the painkiller is. I mean, it's just, you can either worry about it or take it easy. If you can afford, of course, taking it easy.
Yeah.
Let's say that, that you don't have like a presentation at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or something. All right. Yeah, language learning is pain in the neck, I say. But you know what I think.
Yeah.
And okay, great. There's not an easy way out. One thing to minimize this pain, to minimize this pain is of course to have a proper attitude. And second, I say always try to integrate this language learning into your life, more or less, so that this learning is not like okay, now it's 5:30 or whatever time. Let's open my notebook and let's spend whatever.
Yeah, 20, I once was talking to one of my students, and I compared the way she approaches this with this. It's like your little hobby. You have a box, like embroidery. Yeah, you have a little box where you keep your, all your gear. And twice a week, you go to this box, you open this box, you take it out, and you do your best. You work hard, but then you close the box, and you leave it till the next time. So it doesn't.
I don't think it's the best strategy for language learning.
No,
it's maybe good for other stuff. but
Maybe
not for
for other,
language though.
not
I
for
don't know.
language, no.
All right. Anyway, big shout out to Maciek, my student who's actually keeping a notebook. What a great idea. No, he's a podcast maniac, and he listens to lots of podcasts, and whenever he finds something interesting, come on, he jots it down. It's great, I think not everyone's like that. I wish I was like this, then I guess my Spanish would already be flourishing. But I'm so lazy that I just prefer to listen to 1,000 hours of audio than listen to 5 hours with notes and cram or just remember or memorize stuff. All right, great, fine. Let's go to our typical activity, which is asking each other questions for which we are totally unprepared. But the beauty of that is, where's the beauty of that?
Spontaneity?
Yeah, exactly.
No, even natural language that you think is.
It's natural language, it's natural language. I mean, what does it mean natural? It means that we are going to negotiate the conclusion a little bit. Like,
natural, this is how very ordinary people, not philosophers or public
not Zizek's or Peterson's.
That's how they talk. At least we want to believe that.
Yeah, but Masha's and Jedrek's of this world.
Masha's and Jedrek's of this world.
Yeah, they communicate like that. Fine.
Round 1.
Does staying in the comfort zone bring satisfaction?
Staying in the comfort zone for some time. That's it. End of round 1. It was brilliant answer. Very concise. No fillers. No hesitation.
Right. I mean, that was great. I hope Kasia appreciates that. So except I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. Look at this. We are being told to leave our comfort zones everywhere. At every possible chance. Yeah. And yet, it's such a great place to be.
It's such a great place to be for some time after you've actually achieved your comfort zone.
Which means that you are not being born to a comfort zone. You have to win it.
Well, let's imagine you start a job. At first, everything is difficult. You mean just taking up a job, it's already leaving your comfort zone? You can stay all your life, at home. It's not comfort zone because you don't have money.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Fine.
Okay, so you start a job. At the beginning, it's definitely you're not in your comfort zone. You are a newbie. Everything takes a long time, and well, you know how it is. And then I don't know how long it takes. It depends, but
I honestly, but I don't know, but job may not, but may never become a comfort zone. I mean, imagine this, waking up in the morning, going to work. You hate it every time, no matter if you're a football player or an IT guy who loves coding, but you hate it, because it's job.
Well, you hate waking up. You don't hate your job all the time. You hate waking up and actually going there. Of course, if the second option is just stay in bed and watch TV. But I mean, once you got there to the office and you do your job, after a year or two, you feel like I'm good at it, I'm pretty good at it. Of course, there's always room for improvement, as they say, but you are pretty comfortable. And you can even start teach, another newbie, help somebody.
It's not, yeah, you're right.
This is your comfort zone.
Not the case. I think it's not the case of these so-called corpo workers. I mean, if you work in a huge company, each day is stress. Doesn't matter if you've spent there like what, 1 day or 10 years or 20. So I think it's kind of a discomfort.
Okay, but
by
at least
definition.
technically, I mean, technically,
But
you know how
yeah, you're
things
right.
are done, you know
You're right.
what you need to do to, you know, how we say, stay closer to the kitchen and as far as possible from the boss's office.
Yeah.
So once you found the sweet spot, this is, let's say, your comfort zone. But then after some time, it gets boring. And if you prolong this moment, you know, if you stay in your comfort zone too long, then you lose motivation. Then you need this, we call it magical kick on the, I don't know if I can say this word.
Behind.
Yeah, your curvaceous behind. And that's it. And you,
Let's not be afraid. I guess Anchor or other podcast apps are not actually making any kind of, you know,
I don't know, maybe that's
censorship here.
why, who knows, maybe that's why we don't, because we swear too much, you know. That's why we don't get listeners.
I'm
We
actually,
don't even have PG, you know, for our podcast. What if kids are listening?
You're right. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So you get the kick in your sweet behind, and okay, great. Comfort zone becomes boring. You lose motivation. This kind of reminds me of a particular situation when you stay in your hometown for too long. You know, given that the hometown
but
is.
some people never have this urge, you know, to leave.
But they prefer the comfort zone, you know, your hometown. I'm just, you know, by asking this question, I was kind of maybe hoping that, hey, you will attack all these guys who push people to leave their comfort zone. These, you know, coaches.
You know, with hometown, I would make a, I would kind of differentiate. Let's say I've been living in this town, you know, and I'm 25, you know, and I've been living there my whole life. If I feel that I need something different, I need more from life, but I am scared and I don't want to, you know, I don't want these new challenges, then we can talk about comfort zone and leaving your comfort zone. But some people never have this, you know, they don't feel that they need more. Then
yeah, I mean,
there is no comfort zone. I mean, there is a comfort zone, but there is no talking about leaving the comfort zone or not leaving the comfort zone. It's just your life. That's it. And you're content.
all right. Is the comfort zone expandable? Could you make like the whole planet your comfort zone? And this way, you know, you would feel great everywhere.
Yeah, I guess if you're, I don't know, Elon Musk.
Sure, you know, you think this guy feels great everywhere? I mean,
yeah, but what does it mean, feel great everywhere?
Well,
it feels great everywhere,
you know,
if you have the money, right? You can stay in the best hotel. You will be very best hotels. You will be very comfortable.
Yeah, you're right. But
so what do you mean?
Languages, you know, it's like, you know, this is where I know. I'm just, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, if he has to leave his comfort zone from time to time, and
when if he was learning a language.
Yeah, I mean, if you learn a foreign
okay,
language, you have to leave your comfort zone in a way.
Even with learning a language, I saw many. Not many. They fall into two camps. People. One camp is like, unfortunately, me. I never had comfort zone, and I don't have a comfort zone. Every time I hear a word I don't know when I'm watching a film, I'm like, oh no, I'm not there yet, you know. But there are people who are much less proficient than me, and they're totally happy. Okay, they can communicate They don't care if there is something they don't know, or at least they don't care much, or that they cannot, or that they make mistakes. There are not a lot of people like this, but yes, they exist, and I've met them personally.
Yeah, I've met some students
And
like that.
oh my God, these people, I envy them.
Yeah, but you think they did something to their comfort zone, or this is simply not giving a not giving a damn? Because you
Are
know,
they the same things, you know? If you're comfortable, you're not giving a damn.
yeah. So that's interesting, you know.
Because
No, but
if you, for
I would
example,
say,
if you've had the same jobs, for the same job for, I don't know, 10 years, and your friend suddenly tells you, aren't you, you know, don't you want to have get a promotion or something like this?
mhm.
And you're happy with what you have. So you don't give a damn if your friend thinks that you're what, lazy or, I don't know, stupid. You're comfortable.
I was thinking that if you because you know you can be numb or become numb, which means that you don't care about what's happening, you know. And I wonder if that is not some kind of a shortcut, you know, or a false comfort zone, because you stop caring and seemingly, you know, everything's the same. But then if you stop caring, then you know, you are also blind to, you know, the positive things and negative things. You know, you know, it's just numb. So you miss out on life, you know.
But what if you're satisfied? Your question is does it bring satisfaction?
Yeah, my question is about satisfaction. You know? If leaving comfort zone brings satisfaction.
No, if staying in comfort zone brings satisfaction. What was
Sorry,
your
yeah,
question?
yeah. Sorry, yeah, of course.
So if doesn't matter if you're numb or not numb, as long as you are satisfied.
Yeah, you're right. How, you know, if we could take this conversation to like a more general level, how do you see the link between comfort and satisfaction? Do you think that comfort is the source of satisfaction or not?
Or satisfaction is the source of comfort?
Ah, yeah, that's funny, you know. But in that
Yeah.
case, you know, in that case, because you know, comfort zone is where you have comfort, right? I mean, it's obvious.
It's when you're satisfied with everything.
But since there's such pressure to leave the comfort zone, I mean, I know if the pressure is external. I mean, you know,
Sometimes
the world
external,
is
sometimes internal.
sometimes internal, but you never know which is which, you know, because
Yeah.
sometimes the media may
Yeah,
you know,
impose something on you.
yeah, you watch, you know, whatever TV series, you know, you see that people having great life in a big city, and you think like, oh, something's wrong here in my life, you know. So but it doesn't matter, you know. But if we could just trace this relationship between comfort and satisfaction, are they actually in conflict?
No.
They're
Why
not.
would they?
I mean, yeah, I mean, so why should satisfaction be outside of the comfort zone?
It can't be outside of your comfort zone, because if you're not satisfied, you're not comfortable.
Ah, okay, I get it. So satisfaction is the
Unless you're so lazy, you know, like my younger son. He is, I'm pretty sure, because right now it's pretty cold, and he is so lazy to get up and go to his cupboard and put on some warm socks. So he is sitting all day without socks, and I know that he's freezing, but he's so lazy to
well,
stand
that's
up and
laziness level
get.
100, you know.
Yes, it's God, level God. So when I go, you know, take these socks and bring it to him, he puts them on and he's happy. But he was actually happy at that. He was, you know, he was ready to, he was absolutely fine with the suffering. because the prospect of getting up and going somewhere.
Yeah.
Jesus, can you believe that?
Which means that was he count? No, he okay.
He wasn't comfortable, but he was
comfortable?
ready to put up with it. I don't know how long he would. So maybe I should, check.
So that means basically that comfort is not the driving force. It's not the driving force for humans, because
Yeah,
if
the
it
progress.
was, I mean,
What are they saying? The main driver of progress is laziness.
yeah. Okay, so then you design basically a robot who's
Or remote control.
going up.
Yeah.
Or remote control, yes, and you basically have a this robot bringing you your socks.
Yeah.
Fine. Just the thought, that you said that satisfaction could be the source of comfort. I guess this is the right way to look at it, but unfortunately, I wonder, if you succeed in a foreign language, let's say in whatever, some kind of
what is
application.
succeed?
Well, okay, you get your point across. You manage to buy your baguette, in the shop.
Will it qualify as success for you?
I mean, small success, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you used your language, like you bought a ticket or whatever, and you use
don't
the
need
language
today to buy a ticket.
Okay, fine, yeah, I know that, but okay, whatever, you succeed in communication using language, not your phone, not
Okay.
your hands, but using language. Okay. And I wonder if that could be okay. So you get satisfaction from it. This is a proven fact that it is a source of satisfaction if you communicate successfully. But is that actually the source of comfort? I don't know. Because you may be striving for this comfort, all the time in some confirmation, whatever. You still feel huge discomfort. I guess it's my situation,
Well, because you cannot break language into situations. It would work like this mathematically. You managed to, let's say, buy some bread in English. Buy some bread through using your language.
All right, great.
It doesn't mean, okay, mathematically, what does it mean? It means that from now on, you will be comfortable in situations when you have to buy bread. But the language doesn't work like this. Maybe you will never, ever have to buy bread again. You will have to buy,
right.
I don't know, a pen or something different. So it's very difficult with language.
Yeah. But
let's imagine let's imagine you buy bread every day, and it means that once you've succeeded, you will feel comfortable from this day, on buying bread.
Yeah, you're right. Repeating what you said.
Yeah.
All right, great. So Masha, time for a short conclusion. Just to does staying in the comfort zone bring satisfaction?
I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning.
Yes,
for some time.
Yes, until it becomes unbearable to stay in the comfort zone.
Or you stay there too long and you get bogged in. It's like you are in a swamp. It's so comfortable. I spent so much time in my first job, which was absolutely a waste of time. The money was good, the schedule was great, the people I worked with were great, the location was fantastic, but I was basically degrading.
You mean,
and I spent so much time there just because it was so comfortable.
This is a trap.
Thank God I got pregnant. I wouldn't have left it, like, never.
Very interesting what you say. I mean, this kind of I don't know, honestly, if I was given a choice like that, I mean, honestly, and you choose what? You choose because you say that there was no development, no growth.
No.
I think we are totally obsessed about growth and development, and that is the source of inflation. No, I'm kidding, but
I think my English even got worse, because I didn't use it often.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's also, if you think about the long perspective, of course. I mean,
and I gained like, I don't know, 5 kilos because I was sitting all this time eating.
What's
I
wrong
had
with
multiple
that?
breaks, you know, and cookies, free coffee, whatever. Oh,
Sounds like
sounds
a
like a
great job to me.
paradise. Yeah.
Sounds like paradise
Paid
to me.
vacation, paid sick leave, you know. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, great. Oh, okay. Where is this life? I mean, okay, great. Masha, let me hit this button, you know. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let's see what round 2 holds. Let me play that, you know.
Round 2.
I'm all ears.
I'm going to change my question because I came up with, it was so close to what we were discussing, and I thought it would be nice, you know, flow.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between stability and stagnation?
Excellent. I love this question. It's it definitely works in English. I tried to ask this question that is, by the way, in my database. Some of my students may not, in French, and it was kind of problematic, you know, especially the concept of stagnation.
In
I don't know
French,
if, yeah, unless
they
you
don't
know,
have a
unless
word for it.
some weird. There must be a word for it, but there is some weird translation, I guess, of that. I don't know, honestly, because it refers maybe to water that is, you know, just, you know, still and so on. It's not really used in, let's say,
To talk about economies.
yeah, exactly. I don't know, honestly. But these are great 2 concepts, totally abstract. I love such concepts, stability and stagnation, seemingly the same, right? I mean, nothing's changing here, nothing's changing there. However, okay, the internet.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, I think you are frozen.
Well, it happens sometimes, but the sound is, you
Right.
know, sound is there. Well,
Right.
okay, can I stop you for a second? You said that stability and stagnation both mean no changes, but is it really true? Sometimes we have stable growth.
Yeah, you're right.
Or even stable
right.
decline. So there are changes, but they are stable.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Stability is not like nothing's changing. However, you might get this feeling that, you know, my life's the same, but you're happy if it's, you know, if it's growing, right? I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. Stable increase is definitely,
Is what you
know,
want to see when you check your copper prices.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But on the other side, I know actually if there's a stable decrease,
Yes.
if we, unless we talk about inflation, but if there's a stable decrease, if we call it stability, well, yeah, this is some sort of stability, some sort of predictability. Yeah.
So stability is like predictability, regularity.
I mean, regularity, exactly. That is what it is. You know what's next. With,
yeah, we kind of, you
stagnation.
know, every Monday at 7:30, they start, you know, attacking us with rockets, and we are already, it's kind of stability in our lives, you know. We know that,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
it's Monday. Okay, you just have to, you know, wait and see.
Yeah, Wednesday. Oh my God, you know, it's yeah, that's guys, let's see, it's October 2022. Come on. What are we talking about? You know, we're talking about rocket attacks, you know, on cities, you know, in Europe. Fine. Great. But stagnation, you know, with stagnation, there's definitely like this pejorative feeling to it. Like nobody wants stagnation in their life, whether it's professional, personal, and it's totally opposite, right? But and it's kind of thanks for asking this question, because and also you said that, you know, you I sort of answered this question before in my head. I don't know if I'll be able to recreate, you know, clearly this, you know, thought process, but basically with the difference, I will go straight to you know, to the essence, to the answer, to the conclusion that the difference is honestly in the individual's head, or, you know, in everybody's
So
head.
you're gonna say it depends on the person?
Yeah,
I can't
it
believe
depends on
you're
the
saying
person.
this. It's a
depends on
matter
the
of
person,
perception. Yeah. For example, now I understand, looking back at this job, I was telling you that I was stagnating or even degrading, even worse. But back then, I saw it as a very stable job.
Yeah, because the pay is there regularly. It's of course it looked like, it must have looked like stability.
So it's how you perceive it.
But I'm usually considering this question, like if you work in some sort of a job, like I don't know, a supermarket cashier or someone, one person will find it as stability, that finally I got a job,
Yeah, if
social
you were a
benefits.
junkie before this.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
doesn't
criminal.
matter. I mean, yeah, exactly. Especially if you come, or a freelance teacher, So finally, there is some stability, right? I mean, I can
Yes.
project my income for the next 12 to whatever a number of months, and there is some stability in the sense of predictability. And if you don't mind sitting 8 hours on a chair, or I don't know, longer, just like a freelance teacher, right?
Yeah.
These days. So if you don't mind that, and you don't mind scanning articles, then you might actually enjoy it, and you go back home at a specific time. I don't think there is something like overtime there. So unlike in the freelance teaching, so basically, I think this job might be considered like stability. You have certain stability. You've got your income. It's not maybe great, but it's regular, and you have insurance, and so on and so forth. If you happen to have a good work atmosphere, that depends on your coworkers. It's great. I think it's great. And you may consider that, okay, finally some stability in my life. I may take credit. I know that if I don't lose this job, this is actually this is always a question. I mean, a big question mark, because of the technology and so on. But let's say that there's a strong labor union that protects your working place. So
I think it's high security job. Yeah, this type.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, honestly, these jobs will honestly be replaced by automatic
of course they
checkouts.
will. They are already being replaced.
They are being replaced right now, just like teachers, they'll be replaced by some kind of a R2D2 type of machine. But you could look at this job, exactly the same job, the same situation, from the point of view of stagnation. It might be actually stagnation.
Yeah.
But everything depends on your personal ambition, I guess. If you feel like, hey, I should be, earning more, doing something more, being in different place, I should actually be in the city trading stocks and bonds,
Yeah, or if
and
you
definitely
are 35 and have 2 kids, or 14.
Yeah, exactly. So but that is in your
and
head,
you have a
right?
degree in nuclear physics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that these factors impact this perspective, whether it's stabilization or stagnation. If it's stagnation, if nothing's changing, and you feel like you deserve more, right?
I just discussed actually this question with another student, and I had this idea that when there is a potential, but you're not using it, it will always feel as stagnation. But sometimes there is no immediate potential, and then it feels like stability, for improvement, for development.
All right. Yeah, of course. But I wonder if you don't grow your potential.
So your stability is comfort zone, yes, and it brings satisfaction. But stagnation is not a comfort zone.
This is like a slippery slope, straight to a divorce, leading to a divorce, because stagnation is seemingly a flat line, but it's actually going downwards, when you think about definitely relationships, I mean,
yeah, stable relationship and relationship that is stagnating.
yeah,
So it
stagnation is
means
like,
becoming
stagnation
worse.
is like, yeah, it's becoming worse, it's just, I don't know, routine, and it seems to me like that, that is stagnation, and stability, in fact, and stable relationship requires, I don't know, some sort of it's funny, but it requires some kind of surprises, which means unpredictability. Hey, unpredictability is the source of stability. Well, yes, in relationships, I guess.
They don't
I
have
mean,
to be surprises, but
look,
some
but
variety.
if you expect flowers each Monday and they will be there, it's kind of, this might actually, I mean, it's great, I guess,
This is stability.
to be
Yeah,
getting
it's
flowers,
definitely
but
stability.
this is stability each Monday.
Yeah, each Monday you
But
get a bunch of flowers. It's stability.
but doesn't it get like, like a routine?
So stability kills relationships.
What?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Well,
what
it
is,
looks like it, Every Monday I get a bunch of flowers. Every Friday night we go to a restaurant. Every January we go skiing. Stability. Every anniversary I get another
very good point. I mean, it comes
fur
down.
coat.
Okay, fine. Maybe you're right, because if you look at this through the lens of a calendar, and you see, Monday is this, Friday is that, and January is that, then we are unable totally to say if this is stability or stagnation.
Or you mean like every month
Everything
I get
comes
flowers?
down to,
Yeah. And I don't know
but,
which day exactly. Then on the 31st, then on the 31st or on the 30th of each month, I will be like, where is it?
Where are my flowers? He stopped loving me, man. All right. No, I'd say that what is a stable relationship means that it's healthy, and this doesn't mean that it's programmed or kind of standardized. I'd say that stability is just like, it's just like an upward trend. There are some some corrections to it, but generally it's moving upward.
That's standard relationship.
I'd say
so standard, stable. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the question is, where is this relationship heading, right? Wow, this is complicated. We are entering a
stable relationship.
Stable
Have you
relationship
ever, would you ever use this word to describe a relationship?
Stable?
Oh, they have, I know, like a couple of my friends, they have a stable relationship.
Okay, that means that they don't argue and, they
have a stable marriage. No, we don't use this word.
Well, it's not the best way. It's actually, no, if you say that, yeah, this is a stable relationship, it's kind of like boring relationship.
We say,
like
we say крепкий брак. Крепкий means solid,
Solid, yeah.
Marriage.
Крепкий.
Yeah.
All right. But then again, it's, I guess.
We don't say stable marriage, no.
Yeah, you're right. Stable is actually such a lame word for marriage. Yeah. I mean, stable. At least it's stable. It's not great, but at least it's stable. Yeah.
Stable.
Yeah, but stability, at one point in your life, you want it, right? You want to, I don't know, start a family, maybe, get a job that is regular and it's not just, freelancing. No, I'm kidding, of course, but
getting married brings you stability. Oh my God. If anything, it like wreaks havoc, you know.
No, I
Then you
can't. I
start
mean,
having babies and oh my God,
oh
no.
no, not the babies. Oh my goodness. I know
Stability.
what
What are
you're.
you talking about?
No,
I don't know
no,
if
but
we ever, I was thinking, do we ever use this word in any, like even sex? We don't say stable sex, we say regular. So this word
yeah,
and
stable
relationship.
sex. What would that be? I mean, this sex is very stable.
I think we don't use this word stability. I mean, it's not applicable to anything
No,
vaguely
you can have.
connected with relationship.
No, no. Wow, we are really uncovering some stuff here because it basically means that stability is an empty word. I mean, unless it's either a stable growth or stable decline.
Or stable
Because
flat line.
if it's a flat line, it is stagnation, I guess.
No, I don't think so.
It's not
No, stable
a
job,
stable.
it means that nothing's improving, nothing's getting worse. That's, flat line.
Oh yeah.
Stable job. But stable, but not really. Because relationships, they are not like jobs, you know?
But this is like words of wisdom here. Relationships are not like jobs. Come on.
Uh,
You don't actually progress. I mean, you
you
don't.
don't get promotions there. You don't, I don't know, get paid sick leave.
But that'll be nice,
Yeah.
That'd be nice to get a
Oh
sick
my
leave,
gosh.
from relationship. All right, fine. But coming back to this stability and stagnation, I think.
Sorry,
Yeah.
we don't have a clever conclusion. Or
No,
do
I
we?
mean, I always thought that it depends on how you look at it, because once
I
again,
can't believe I'm hearing this.
but it's not clever enough for you.
It depends on the person. No.
I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, objectively, stability doesn't exist. Or
Okay, let's agree that throughout this, like, I mean, I don't know how long this show will live, but you can use this answer only 3 times. And you've already used it. I haven't.
You mean it depends?
It depends on the person. You know, we hate this answer.
All right. No, I didn't say. I would say I hate it. I know it's some kind of an excuse,
Because every question
every question has this
can be
possible
answered
way
like
out.
this. Yeah. So you can only use it 3 times, okay?
All right. So
let's keep score. You've used it once.
So only 2 is left. Okay,
yes.
Great. About 2 weeks of of relative peace and stability.
Relative, yeah.
That's great. Thanks a lot for asking me that. I guess that's still I'll stick to my answer. It's an individual who decides about whether the situation is stable or the situation is stagnant. Which is something that is pejorative. It's stable, it's fine. And I guess that it depends on, like I said, personal ambition, goals. If you have your passion, like, I don't know, parachuting, and you work as a cashier, well, all you think about is, okay, when the job's over, there's, I know, weekend, and I get paid finally, then I go and do my stuff,
But it's not relative. It's not about the person.
It is in the sense that
all your friends who know you, they will see it exactly the same way, that it's a stagnation. So it's not like depends on him. Everybody
who
will
decides
see
about you or your friends? I mean,
well, your friends will see it the same way.
So unless they persuade you that, look, your life is in stagnation, then fine. But if you think that, okay, well, I do it just for money. And
you still, okay, you see a law school graduate, working, I don't know, as a can't think of any job other than, shop
All
assistant.
right, Uber driver, fine.
Everybody will, I mean, we use the same standards. This is by all standards. Stagnation.
But you know that you could be a CEO and feel some sort of stagnation there.
Yeah, what about these stories when a CEO, one day quits his job and starts, gardening? Some people would call it what? Just he's crazy.
He's no, but what the guy did or the girl was simply quitting, this life of stagnation. It means constant pressure, constant whatever, of course, the working conditions are fine. I mean, the money is fine, but I guess it's just running away from pressure and some sort of stagnation, whatever it is, because, you keep solving similar problems and you keep dealing with, the same people all the time. And perhaps, it's, there are many stories like that,
But any job involves this. You keep solving the same problems and dealing with the same people every day. Are you stagnating?
You're right. I mean, even if you are gardening, you keep solving the same problems.
Yeah.
There, right.
It's not the.
But somehow, no. But we are touching now this, the concept of burnout.
Yeah, and burnout is different.
Yeah, but it feels like, it's the same. My life's the same, so I need to change.
But burnout doesn't mean stagnation.
No, stagnation is the source of burnout for sure. Unless you are overworked.
Overworked is the source of being overworked.
No.
And dealing with too many stupid people is the source of burnout.
I think the source of burnout is dealing with people generally.
Well, let's leave it till the next time. Burnout is
all right. Yeah, you're right. Burnout is a different concept, and also very interesting. But I think stagnation has something to do with it, honestly. Right. So I know it's not fair, but I should actually be playing applause for myself.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. thank you, everybody. Great. Let's see. Oh
yeah.
Why didn't I get this?
Well, because it's only for the guy who has the console. Great. Masha, thanks a lot for yet another episode of the Thinking Out Loud. We are improvising, guys, as you could hear, of course, and it's equally challenging for us as it is for you, I guess, to answer, especially that concepts are what? Are bottomless holes, right? You could be digging and digging and digging and
if it wasn't for me, you would be unstoppable. I'm this, timekeeper on this show.
Yeah,
you're unstoppable. You can go from stagnation to burnout, from burnout to, I don't know.
That's how conversations are running. Don't you know that? I mean, if you start talking about, wine, you end up talking about whatever.
You can't sell a 24-hour podcast, okay?
Sure. That's why we keep it short or relatively short. Guys, thanks a lot. Don't forget to steal the language, to copy some phrases and
you sure there was something to copy?
Well, sure, of course. I like what you said. I even took a note. You said, wait a second. Yeah, a newbie, I like that. If you're a newbie.
Okay.
Nice. It's like a newcomer, newbie. I like noob, I guess.
Noob?
Yes. That's
noob is offensive a little bit. But newbie is not.
But newbie is not. You're right. But anyway, it's a beautiful word, ready to copy. Right.
1 hour conversation and people can.
One word from that.
You can milk it dry,
word. Yeah, you can milk. Also, there were idiomatic expressions. There were phrasal verbs being used. So honestly, guys, this language is rich and comprehensible. I tell you.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you everybody for listening.
Thanks a lot.
You got so far.
Let's how about the sacramental part.
Sacramental part. This was another episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.
Oh yeah.